And Monodam accepts his shadow as Mondo and gains the power of Persona. Monodam's persona is Mondo. I can just imagine it now. Monodam just standing there like, Mondo! And he and his bike just come out of nowhere. That's my new headcanon. Y'all remember Moon Shoes? The kid bouncing anti-gravity shoes, Moon Shoes? Oh, what a time it was to be alive. What a time it was to be a 90s, 2000s kid. Moon Shoes. Jump all the way to the moon. There were little trampolines for your feet. Now, we will be doing the high jump, and it is the Dangan-lympics high jump. You know, I was thinking to myself, they have this little pole, and all they do is jump over the pole. And I'm like, what do we give them for that? And I was like, we could assist them by putting trampolines all over the place. But then I said, no, Moon Shoes. And I lost my mind when that thought entered my mind, and the synapses of my brain, they went boom, bop, 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 bada boom, bow. And it was fantastic. And that's why we do this series. Here's everyone who has their Moon Shoes today, and everybody who will be jumping. We have Team Minofani, Yu, Jotaro, Hiroko, Mitarai, Chiaki, Usami, Mahiru, Komaru, Legault, and Jace. As we move on, we see Team Monotaro, Hiro, Kaito, Kori, Fuiko, Ibuki, Chisa, Taka, Helsing, and Tsubasa. Team Monosuke seems Monosuke, Shuichi, Kazuichi, Makoto, Mondo, Daisaku, Nekamaru, Hajime, Saibigoyu, and Amon. Team Monokid sees Monokid, Leon, Champion Gundam, Sato, Natsumi, Junko, Champion Kurumi, Dr. Taichi, Big Junko and her big Moon Shoes, Masaru, Stell, and Kono. Team Monodam sees Monodam, Kia, Bah! Tenko, Togami, Toko, Rantaro, Kyoko, Sonya, Dorian, and Lina. And lastly, Team Monokuma sees Monokuma, freaking Saika, Kanan, Hina, Kokichi, Kotoko, Aiko, Crazy Oko Extra Large, Kiku, Kiku, JFJ, and lastly our champion Murasaki and Moon Shoes! You'll love to see them, but you know what else you might also see today? Not the moon, but you might see some chaos raining. So let's find out if chaos does indeed reign today. Let me click on the wheel first. That would be a good idea. Should we spin the singles one first because it is... well, I mean, at this point, you two are kind of neck and neck at this point, so it doesn't really matter. Let's start with the OC one then. Because... in 3, 2... Murasaki has been lucky enough not to defend that title all this season. As the weeks go onward, the chances do increase. In fact, this is the last time that this wheel will be at this particular percentage before it increases another 5% for the next 3 weeks. Now, will the title be on the line today? Will our Agent of Chaos Joey be joining today's episode? Let's spin and find out. Let's spin and potentially win. Let's spin and see that. No. Murasaki remains champion, or rather, doesn't have to defend that championship for another day. However, we could be having a title unification match because in 3, 2, 1. Keep in mind, the Keybob will be spinning the wheel not only for Gundam, but will also be spinning for Kurumi. So, first up on Gundam, and if either of them get rained on, you know it is what it is. Nothing on that front, but with a very quick increase by 5%, Kiba's feeling real chaotic again. And so, let's see how this plays out. Will it be chaos reigning today? Will the championships be on the line? No, they won't. My gosh, but maybe next time. Maybe next time indeed. So, oh, that took us to the end of the song. Very nice. That means I can ask you to make your picks. First, second, and third, and go ahead to the comments. Leave some good comments. Don't just leave some good comments. Leave some fantastic comments. And before I say leave some fantastic comments, like X, Y, and Z, also be sure, because today's the 28th then, tomorrow, I believe, is the end. Either tomorrow or Sunday, I don't remember the day I decided, but very soon you will no longer have an opportunity to enter teams of your own making for AV Mania 2 to fight Twin Magic and Ava and Klee. However, very soon that voting will also be open, so get ready, get set, let's get going. For right now though, your comments are indeed important, like this one, like that one, and like this one from last week. And the thumbnail featured the most, last week was interesting, man, I was so sick. I'm still coughing up stuff. It's that stage of the sickness, which I think is one of the worst stages of sickness, when you're like, you have the runny nose and you can't breathe. Then you're past that and you're like feeling good again, but you're still coughing up a whole bunch of yak. That's some of my least favorite. However, comments are important. I think I said like this one and this one. If I didn't, I just did. But we're gonna give it to this one actually by Lady Psychic, who pointed out something fantastic, which I think a lot of us pointed out. It was a speedrun episode, and the real one that was speedrunning out here was the one and the only Camilla. Camilla was going wild this game. Unfortunately for her, it was not enough. It seems the sheep have been doing well lately. Also, it's weird that the OC championship title is now on a team of non-OCs. That it is. There it goes. And I guess just make your picks, first, second, and third. I should probably make mine too. Give me, I think Ibuki is taking this one. I think she's jumping all the way to the heavens. For second, I'm gonna take one of the champions. I'm gonna take Kurumi, actually. As much as I love seeing Gundam as champion, all those Dark Davis holding those little titles, I still love, I think I gotta give it to Kurumi. I think she's taking it. And for third, I'm gonna take a member of Team Monodam. I think, because it's a real close battle between like Team Monodam, Team Monokuma, and Team Monotaro. Honestly, right behind them is also Team Monophony. It's a real close game between those four teams, and then Team Monosuke is just hanging out. You know, I'll pick someone from Team Monosuke. Give me Kazuichi. If lead AV can believe in Kazuichi, so can I suppose. Those are my picks. You all have made yours, and without further ado, I believe it's time to get the show on the road. So, how many times were we simulating? None! Because we don't do that and I clicked the wrong button. But we will proceed. Let's start this bad boy. Let's start round one and we see. My gosh! The Moon Shoes are already doing their thing because the Horn Bears are doing their thing and they're sounding the horn. So Horn Bears, if you would please. Thank you, Horn Bears. It's so delightful to see your horn sound, and sound they did. As Big Junko and Kanan have an intense jump off, surprisingly enough, Kanan wins by jumping to the moon. They are Moon Shoes after all. She did not live to tell the tale. Dr. Taichi tries to build a tank out of sticks and rocks and has a tank in round one. Mitarai of the young variety. Young Mitarai indeed, tries to kill freaking Saika, but freaking Saika retaliates and kills him instead. Chiaki finds some other scraps. Monokid challenges JFJ to a duel. JFJ bites the dust. Jotaro looks like he's on the verge of snapping. Amon picks up whatever looks neat and cool lying in various places. I don't know why that specific line is always such a tongue twister to me. Unsure why. And Murasaki's got a fishing rod to start things off. Stell is ready to give it her all and best every other creation. Monotaro falls asleep. Fails to grasp the gravity situation. Freaky Sidekick can't wait to kill again. My gosh, she's a fiend. We should have stopped him when we had the chance. Sonia and Monodam get into an argument over who should be in charge. Dorian ambushes Usami and Jotaro, murdering them both. Lena attempts to kill Dr. Taichi, but Masaru intervenes just in the nick of time. Masaru had to kill Lena to protect the doctor's life. Rantaro, Makoto, and Sato grab their instruments and they practice together. Junko seems unshaken by any of this. Hajime can't take his eyes off of Kazuichi. Saibi-Go uses mysterious gas to knock out Crazy Hulk Ultra Large and Kaito and reported death colors on the both of them. Helsing attempts to kill Shuichi, but Daisaku intervenes to protect him. Unfortunately, Daisaku dies in the attempt. Korai's in the house and he's determined to survive this. In an act of betrayal, Sato and Junko team up to get rid of Stell. You fiends! How could you? Some inside of Kiba snaps. Kiba is now feeling heroic. Agent of Chaos, our sheep, feeling a little bit more heroic. Crazy Hulk Ultra Large accepts her shadow as Crazy Hulk Ultra Large. Gains the power of Persona. Hiroko doesn't care much of this place. Kotoko's being adorable as always. Gundam uses a tidal bolt to hit Toko from behind, leaving her dazed. Komaru is ready for target practice. Luckily, she finds a handgun lying about. Jace recalls something about Jotaro, stops quietly. Monodam hopes to get everyone out of here. Monokuma and Hina team up and ambush the doctor. No! He just got saved by what, Masaru? But for what? Poor K. You fiends, all of you. Leon still can't believe that Masaru's killed somebody for the doctor, who is also now dead. Togami doesn't understand why Dorian searches for junk when he can just buy stuff. He can just buy junk. Buy it on the black market. Hiro thanks Taka for being there for him. Chisa finds a bowling ball, hopefully gets a strike. That's not the right event. I don't think they have Olympic bowling. I feel like there would be a lot of ties and a lot of gold medals. Kiku and Crazy Hulk Ultra Large jump over a pit trap. The Moon Shoes! Mahiru seems to find Chiaki's presence soothing. Fuiko challenges Monokuma and Chiaki to an anything goes pancaking competition. Chiaki murders the both of them, eats a single pancake, and says, you know what? Put me in, coach. And coach, I will. Chiaki, once again, the one title that you need. Go on to that World Pancake Championship match. Godspeed. Natsumi knocks out Legault in a fist fight, puts a death collar on him. Nekamaru puts a death collar on Sonia. While she's asleep, Tinko finds a climate change remote. That's dangerous. Makoto gets mauled by wild animals. Monosuke feels protected by his wealth. Mondo. Not Mondo. Although, I digress. Has made some mistakes as a leader, but wants to do right by Team Monosuke. Tsubasa jumps and stomps on Tinko, Kokichi, and Monosuke like a jump man. Like Mario out here, but with the moon shoes. Mew can't help but admire her own genius mind. That sounds about right. Hina has found a table. Hopefully nobody goes through it. Karumi can't take it anymore and snaps Monokid's neck. Goodness gracious. Masaru keeps trying to tell a joke, but it always falls flat. Kono finds a balloon shiny and red, such a pop of publicity. A dangerous place for it. Aiko attacks Gundam before Kono can react. Kono rushes to help, but it's already too late. Legault searches for anyone who can get this collar off of him. Taka finds my neon open sign, at least I hope it's mine. Are you kidding? Kyoko just found a flamethrower. Kazuichi plans a party for the loyal members of his harem. Kaito looks around for stuff to scrounge. Shuichi befriends a Komodo dragon with a pair of aviator goggles. Avi's not gonna like this, I already don't. And Ibuki is now enraged, furious, angry. And she's had enough. We lost 17 total of our 63? That sounds about right. 63 competitors, but it is indeed a Claire de Lune 4. Kanan, Young Mitarai, JFJ, Usami, Jotaro, Lena, Daisaku, Stell, Dr. Taichi, Fuiko, Monokuma, Makoto, Tinko, Kokichi, Monosuke, Monokid, Gundam. And that's all she wrote. That's all she wrote in terms of what's going on for this round, but we now have plenty of items that are dangerous in play. We have the climate change remote, we have a fishing rod, we have... I was gonna say we still had 3 horn bears, but we don't, we lost Makoto. Interesting. Let's see how this plays out, actually. We'll proceed. Oh, we also have hopefully my neon open sign. Will it get used? Let's find out. It doesn't get used, but Ibuki's still mad. She's so mad. She was mad immediately at the end of the round. She says she's so mad she starts off this round. Heat coming out of her ears, the fire trapping and killing Kyoko, and Mondo in the flames. Game Master AV catches the Komodo dragon and disqualifies Shuichi. Get out of here! Hiro really hopes she doesn't have Harmony Body. Kiku hums a song to herself. Corey is in the house and finally snaps. Darkness swirls around Gundam. He's back as a ghost. Goodness gracious. Chiaki can't stop fawning over Mahiru. Nekomaru sizes his muscles. Monodam feels defeated after losing their teammate. He feels lonely. Monodam has decided to let him in. If only somebody could open that door. Might have to make Wednesday if you do it. Freaking Sayaka tries to kill Togami, but Togami tries to bribe her. Freaking Sayaka takes the money and kills Togami anyway. Archon C. Griffiths and Legault. Legault gets a pyro vision. We have to keep eyes on Legault too. Legault survived as the last remaining member of Team Monophony for a hot minute the last time he was in. Didn't quite pick up a victory, but could do so today. Crazy Yoko Extra Large picks up Kaito in between her fingers before throwing him into the sky. That's what the Entourage does. Entourage on Entourage violence. Of course they do. Mahiru and Chiaki's fingers, they touch by accident. They both blush just a little bit. Kiba scans the arena looking for enemies lurking about. Leon admires Masuru's strength. It's like a younger version of himself he sees. The Archon C. Grip and Amon grant him a Hydro Vision. Rantaro just wants to be helpful. Then help somebody. Mew is thinking of plans to get out of here. Kamaru aims her handgun in the distance. Mahiru and Crazy Yoko Extra Large have a jump off. Crazy Yoko Extra Large jumps all the way into a tree. At least she didn't jump to the moon. That probably would have killed her, it would. Kotoko finds a pitchfork, which she figures is great for lobbying enemies. Hiroko found a table. Aiko wishes she could go home. Kurumi lays the title boat on the ground. Monodam is grabbed in a headlock, but he has the wherewithal to reverse it. RKO right onto the boat, breaking Kurumi's neck. Sonya finds a rat in a cave, finds a bunch of rats afterwards, feeds them all, an army at her disposal. Monotaro jumps higher than the tree line and sticks the landing. Dorian ambushes Tsubasa, gets rid of him, rest in peace, but had a killer first round for his team. Legault sees Hina's table and sets it on fire, then slams Hina right through the flaming table. Morisaki casts her around the river and then pulls out a boot, not even a pair. Saibigoyu tries to kill Jace, but Jace retaliates and kills her instead. It's Darwin, an alien device, did what it did to stuck itself upon her wrist with secrets that it hidden. Now she's got superpowers, she's an ordinary kid, she's Natsumi 10. Perfection. Junko whispers something in Leon's ear, tells him something that he may want to hear, but he's a bit too innocent to understand. Jace gives Mew the various things he's found. It's soothing watching Mew make neat contraptions from those scraps. Chisa prepares for a strike. She's about to get Bolin baby. Kazuichi finds a dapper suit, puts it on. It's his pimp suit. Kono sits there with a blank stare. Taka walks into a very strange machine, designed to view a world unseen, but it doesn't quite work. Whoever was working on it just quit. But then Taka takes a look inside of it. There was a great big flash, everything just changed. His molecules got all rearranged. He's got ghost powers. Sato is looking out only for herself. Big Junko finds hopefully the smallest waffle of all time. Hajime accepts the shadow as Hajime gains the power of Persona, and Helsing picks up whatever looks neat and cool lying in various places. We lost another large set, but we also have someone back as a ghost, and his name is Gundam, and he is the champion. Let's see how that plays out after this Claire de Lune 4. Kyoko, Mondo, Shuichi, Togami, Kaito, Kurumi, Tsubasa, Hina, Saibigoyu. And it's interesting, specifically, for one reason and one reason alone. It's Orteal. Anybody could come back at a moment's notice. Somebody could get, not revived, but possessed by Gundam. I believe there may be revival items or perks in play right now, we just don't know. But what we do know is that there's only one way to find out how this ends, to proceed and see what unfolds exactly as we scroll up. Let's click next round at the top and see that Hajime summons his persona using Sai attacking Chiaki. My guy, how dare you! Kotoko wonders how far she can throw her pitchfork. It's a pink pitchfork. That's a tongue twister. Kiku sobs quietly. Kibaha uses a mysterious axe to knock out Helsing, and Leon or put death collars on them. Doesn't really work out for Helsing because he perishes anyway, as Masaru really doesn't want to, but finds out having to get rid of the vampire slayer, who is also a vampire. Never forget. Interesting backstory. Mew asks Legault if they found anything useful. Big Junko eats the waffle. Big Junko likes it. We don't like it. Amon uses Hydro to splash Kazuichi. Kazuichi is not amused. Sato finds a belt of Pokeballs. My gosh. Dorian and Leon have an intense jump off, which ends with Leon jumping to the moon. Kyoko's dead. Rantaro wants to end things once and for all from Murasaki. Murasaki destroys Rantaro. Gundam kills Kiku through ghastly means. Rest in peace, Kiku. Who honestly still love the design. I don't know. I think it's the eyes and the hair combination, but it also might be the sharp teeth. Crazy Extra Large is looking particularly erratic today. Mondo accepts the shadow as Monodam. Here I am confusing Mondo and Monodam. They're the same person as far as I'm concerned. Persona! Monodam accepts the shadow as Mondo and gains the power of Persona. Monodam's persona is Mondo. I can just imagine it now. Monodam just standing there like, Mondo! And he and his bike just come out of nowhere. That's my new headcanon. Ibuki's got my soundboard. Freaking Psycho looks for someone dumb enough to believe her. Toko knocks out Taka in a fistfight, put a death collar on him. Jason has some leather scraps. Hold on, Nekomaru can't take his eyes off of Kazuichi? You better put your eyes back in your head. You better not go after that pimpy boy. Taka shoots a blast of energy while Nekomaru is distracted by Kazuichi, but it's not enough distraction. Dodges out of the way. Chisa has found a table. Corey looks for his next victim. Kono snaps out of it. Hiro thinks about Fuiko, stops quietly. Legault uses the power of Hydro Light. Pyro. I was like, you don't use Hydro to light things. Light the bonfire, giving them both warmth for the night. Chiaki puts a death collar on Hajime. Turnabout's fair play. Hajime, my gosh. Maybe they need the couples counseling. Komaru accepts her shadows. Komaru gains the power of Persona. Murasaki tries to kill Sonia, but Sonia's rats chase her off. Hiroko sets up a table before grabbing Big Junko. Hold on, this tiny nurse, not tiny, but I digress, grabs Big Junko in a headlock, then slams her through the table and it's enough to take her out. We acknowledge Hiroko. And we acknowledge the repairman. Mahiru, being adorable as always, Kazuichi invites Jace to join the harem. Jace graciously accepts and dies because of it. The Archon Sea Gripton and Junko grant her a Dendro vision. Natsumi transforms into an alien with a body as hard as diamond. Natsumi proceeds to headbutt Jace and Monotaro, killing them both. And Monotaro is dead because of it. Aiko, Crazy Oak Extra Large practice jumping over one another, and that brings us to your final 30. We're more than halfway through this game, and it's Eclair de Lune 4. Helsing, Leon, Rantaro, Kiku, Big Junko, Jace, Monotaro. You do hate to see it, but no, not yet. I was gonna say Legault is close to being the last OC standing. I think we have like 4 OCs left in terms of Murasaki, Dorian, and Amon, I believe. But we'll see how that plays out shortly, because in 20 competitors, we get to your saving grace picks. And we haven't had like a crazy day in Ortil yet. Maybe we won't. Maybe we won't. What was I thinking? Of course we won't. Amon is being chased by Junko. Amon uses the power of Hydro to wet the surface behind him, causing Junko to slip and break her neck. Taka shoots blast of energies at his hands of Mondo Dam. He's unable to survive the blow. Hajime summons every ounce of his power and summons a Wizard Robe. Wizard Robe Hajime commences. Aiko tries to kill Hajime, but the Wizard Robe has carried him away to safety. Crazy Culture for Large's brain turns a little bit kinder. Murasaki finds my climate change remote. Natsumi transforms into an incredibly fast alien, so fast Komaru is cut to pieces before Kono's eyes. And he didn't see a thing. Toko knocks Mahiru out and puts a death collar on her, and because of that, ladies and gentlemen, Mahiru, Sonia, Taka, Crazy Culture Large, Hajime, and Legault are all forced to play the majority game. Hajime received the most votes, but unfortunately was the sacrifice, so everyone else perishes aside from one player of Hajime's choosing. Hajime decided to save Sonia from death. Most excellent. That's still a banger, don't forget. Let's proceed though. Toko's got a Dimensional Scythe. Run. Corey is looking for his next victim. Yu builds a tank out of sticks and rocks. Freaking Sayaka can't wait to kill again. Sato sends out a Pokeball Alchemist Turtwig. Chisa sets up her table before grabbing Corey by the throat. Choke slams Corey right through that table. Hiroko doesn't care much for this place. Oh no! Hiro just found a fishing rod. Now you can catch all the fish. Gundam found the corpse and Makoto possesses it. Gundam's now in control of Makoto's body as well. My gosh, a lot of things are going down. Kotoko waves at Ibuki. Ibuki chases her while shaking her fist. Chiaki uses a mysterious gas to knock out Dorian and Kazuichi. Death College on the both of them. Yikes. Kiba is glad he can rely on the sheep wrangler herself. You're dang right you can, Kiba. Kono accidentally lets go of his own balloon. Kono's incredibly sad. Kazuichi invites Makoto to join his harem. Makoto respectfully declines. And he's even being possessed right now. Dorian is ready to give, the best every other creation in this game, and I think you haven't yet because Amon is still in. And I was gonna say Murasaki's still in, but Masaru, Jumpman style, jumps and stomps on Hajime, Mew, and Murasaki, and Sonia accepts her shadow as Sonia and gains the power of Persona. We've lost, I think, a solid 10 exactly. Brings us to 20 as we hit this Clair de Lune 4. Junko, Monodam, Komaru, Mahiru, Taka, Crazy Yoko Extra Large, Legault, Corey, Gundam, Hajime, Mew, Murasaki. 10, count 'em, 10 more until your saving grace picks, but who will they be? Which 10 will perish? And will we see more zombies? Will we see more ghosts? I mean, there's actually none in there right now. It's just alive and dead people. And one possession via Makoto. Will Gundam somehow get another ghost victory this season? Is he going to try and claim the title of the king of all ghosts? We'll have to proceed and see if that unfolds. Some people do indeed perish, including Chisa. As to protect Sonia, Kiba jumps Chisa and slams her with a powerful blow. The sheep wrangler, she knows what she's doing. She's about to win via the Agent of Chaos because he's a sheep. Who would have thunk? Makoto thinks about what he did to it up here. Kono starts sobbing uncontrollably. So sad for letting go of that balloon. Ibuki uses the soundboard to play Dire Docks for a little bit. Aiko hears the soothing music and goes to sleep. Unfortunately, she never wakes up. Bam! Mitarai, young Mitarai, is back as a ghost. Nekomaru tries to keep a brave face on for everyone's sake. Hiro casts Rod in the river, pulls out a tank, my gosh. Freaking Sayaka attempts to kill Amon, but Makoto, who is possessed by Gundam, intervenes to protect him. Makoto dies in the attempt. The Archon see great potential in Hiroko, grant her an Animo vision. Sato tosses out a Pokeball Alchemist Lucario who uses Aura Sphere, decimating Hiro. Natsumi transforms to an alien with a body as hot as a white flame. She shoots white hot fireballs at Kotoko, burning her, turning her to ash. Masaru keeps trying to tell a joke, but it always falls flat. Toko knocks out Hiroko, Death Collar on her. Kazuichi's proud of that dapper pimp suit. Sonia summons their persona, uses Bufu, trapping Masaru's feet in ice. Amon uses the power of Hydra to put out Sato's campfire and says, next time that'll be you. Sato's confused. So confused that from behind, Chiaki knocks her out and puts a Death Collar on her. And now Dorian finds a 1-up mushroom, and that is a game changer, especially in the final 15 in a game full of teams. What will unfold? Well, I think it's time we find out, don't you? First, it's Clair de Lune 4. Chisa, Aiko, Makoto, Hiro, Kotoko. And we do have one ghost, and that ghost, young Mitarai. What will he do though? Will he possess somebody? Will he just cause some ghostly shenanigans? Let's proceed and find out. We won't belabor it for a second longer because we're so close. We're in like smelling distance of your saving grace picks. Let's see. Will you make them this round? You might. Wow. You might. Darkness swirls around Chisa's body, reanimating her corpse. Chisa's back as a ghost as well. Sato tosses out a Pokeball Alchemist. Haluchi uses Flying Press, crushing Toko. Nekomaru sizes his muscles. Dorian knows how tough things have been for Kaito in these games, decides to use a it's a 1-up mushroom on him. Okay, Dorian. Mitarai misses being to have dinner. Kiba feels sorry for Masaru, frees him from the trap. Masaru wasn't looking and fell off of a cliff as soon as he got freed from the trap. That's kind of hilarious. Kazuichi steals my soundboard. That fiend. How could he? Kono puts a duck collar on Nekomaru while he's asleep. Kono's still around. Don't forget about Kono out here. Natsumi cycles to her alien choices. While Sonya's asleep, Freaking Sayaka tries to kill her, but the Raxus they sacrifice themselves to protect Sonya. Oh my gosh, they will be remembered. And somehow Sayaka gets rewarded for this after challenging Sonya and Natsumi to an Alien Ghost pancake eating competition. Fair and square eats the most pancakes, and I'm forced to put her name on this list, but I don't like it. Don't like it at all. In fact, thank you, Hiroko. Once again, we acknowledge you as you create a sphere of air around Freaking Sayaka. Don't really acknowledge you for killing Dorian, but keeps it there long enough to suffocate them both from within. Ibuki uses that soundboard to play a little bit of Rebel Heart. Go ahead, get you some, Ibuki. Play that Rebel Heart. Kyoko's heart beats in sync with the music, suddenly reviving her. And Dr. Taichi's dead, but that music doesn't play for long because Kaito, Nekomaru, Hiroko, Sonya, Kazuichi, and Sato are forced to play the majority game. Nekomaru received the most votes and was executed, as well as a sacrifice. Kazuichi. A travesty. However, we're still only at 11 people after Amon finds his cryovision. What else will unfold? We have some ghost in play. Some shenanigans could unfold as well, but it is indeed a clear day loon. 4. Toko, Masaru, Freaking Sayaka, Dorian, Nekomaru, Kazuichi. Now this is where you have to kind of pay attention. Where the ghosts come from and which team they possess. Because when you think about Orteal, because ghosts count for that first, second, third for points. If you have like 3, if you sweep and you have like all 3 of your people in the top 3 possessed by people of your team, there's a potential to get some incredible points. I doubt we'll ever see that because your team would need some perfect RNG, but it could happen. We have 11 left, 1 more into your saving grace picks until your top 10, but I feel like we might step a little bit further than that. Mayhaps as armed with her flamethrower, Kyoko torches Amon to a crisp. Sonya, her persona levels up. Bufu to Bufala. Young Mitrai plays around with his incorporeal body. Natsumi spots something shiny in the distance. The dead husk of Tinko rides with maggots. Chisa has found the corpse of Usami, possesses it. I mean, that's rather fitting, isn't it? I think that's rather fitting. Ibuki feels horrible for what she did. Is she still mad though? Kyoko tries to creep on Hiroko but creates a gust of wind, escapes. Kiba now has an ancient scepter. Oh bah. Sato tosses out a Pokeball, out comes Zapdos, frying Kyoko alive. Kono's on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Kaito searching for anyone who can get this death collar off of him. In terms of our OCs, I believe we just have the 1 remaining, and that's Kono. So outside of revivals, Kono will go on, but we can most definitely see some revivals. So for right now, it's a clear day loon, and perhaps the final one of the episode 4. Amon, Chisa, Kyoko. And this is the part where we have to pay attention to just who's left from which team. My gosh, Team Monosuke, you can't catch a break! I digress. If you need some new saving grace picks, hopefully you're saving grace. If you pick Team Monosuke to sweep, I'll play this music especially for you. Let's make some saving grace picks. Count them, all of Team Monosuke out. Ridiculous. None of them are even ghosts right now. Team Monotaro still has Kaito in his moon shoes, was revived by the one on Mushroom, and Ibuki, who is still enraged, still a little bit angry, but still has she's got that soundboard, so more people could come back if need be. We also have Team Inofune, who's doing quite well for themselves. A now revived Usami by Chisa sees Hiroko, Mitarai, who is a ghost, and Chiaki still in play, so young Mitarai could possess somebody else. Will he? We'll have to wait and see. Team Monodam still has Kiba, our Agent of Chaos. They also have Sonya, the Sheep Wrangler, a very fitting final 2. Will they carry on for Team Monodam? Team Mono Kid sees Sato and Natsumi, rivals, forced to work together. Can they do it? But Kono, also on their side, still shell-shocked from the things that have happened this game. But will Kono overcome? And lastly, Team Monokuma still sees well, right, it don't look like they see nobody right now. Well, that's it. That's your saving grace picks. As it stands right now, Team Monosuke and Team Monokuma don't get any points. Team Monokid may. Team Monodam may. Team Monofini may. Team Monotaro may. Make your picks first, second, and third. I'm gonna make mine as well for first. I'm gonna take Sato. For second, I'm gonna take Kiba, and for third, I'm gonna take Sonya. I think it's gonna come down to those three. I think it might be like, oh my gosh, maybe those two will work together and take out Sato, but Sato's gonna overcome with those Pokeballs and take the both of them out. Those are my picks. Hopefully you've made yours in the comments by commenting on your comment, adding your comment. Do what you gotta do to make your saving grace picks known and just see how well you did. Leave it as a record forever. For right now, I do believe it is time. Your final 10 and a ghost stand tall, their hearts beating, and sync. The same pulse, the same heartbeat, perhaps even the same determination, perhaps even the same fate as that of a samurai woman. Shall we? Let's do just that. As we click next round, we see another death collar on Kiba now by Chiaki. Ibuki uses my soundboard but gets confiscated for playing copyrighted music for shame. Natsumi has found a table. There's some orange down there, but what will it be? Kono's still shell-shocked. Kiba apologizes with Ancient Scepter. Let's see. Hiroko creates an air current, allowing Chiaki and herself to hide in the trees. Mitrai misses being able to have dinner. Kiba and Kaito have a jump off. Kaito jumps all the way into a tree. Sonya summons their persona, uses Bufalo, freezing Ibuki solid. She was so mad the whole time. And in the end, she finally chilled out. Sato is feeling a little bit lonely after losing their teammate. She's let him in, or at least she would. Someone open that dang door. You know who can't open it? Someone who's getting a terrible turnabout for you. Ibuki. But we still got 9. We still got 9 to go, so let's see how this one finishes. It's still Samurai Woman, technically. Vibe 204 for a second as we click on next round. I'm gonna click it from the top because I know how this game likes to go a little bit crazy, and that's what it's doing. With a flick of that Ancient Scepter, Kiba turns Sato into a sheep. Remember that champion Karumi's back as a ghost. Both of our champions have become ghosts. Kaito gets an electric vision, but he will not have a chance to use it. Sato is a sheep. Glances, oh my gosh, a lot of people perishing. Glances away, a sad look in her eyes. Hiroko uses a gust of wind to blast Kiba right off of a cliff. Kono snaps out of it. Natsumi transforms into a massive four-armed alien, tosses Kaito into the sky. He's never seen again. Maybe he made it to the moon instead. Chiaki using the serious gas to knock out Natsumi and Usami. Death collars on the both of them. Sonya lassos Sato, corralling her around the arena. Usami and Kono have an intense jump off, which ends with Kono jumping to the moon. That is indeed a high jump. Young Mitarai kills Natsumi through ghastly means, which means we are down to just 5. A possessed Usami, Chiaki, Natsumi, Sonya, and a sheepish Sato. I don't know how this is going to play out, but after this, Claire de Lune, we're about to find out. No, I lied. After this terrible turnabout, we're about to find out. Kiba, Kaito, Kono, Natsumi. Usami, Sonya, Sato. Not Natsumi, actually. Natsumi's gone. Chiaki and Hiroko. That's right, Hiroko's still in here. Let's go, Hiroko. We've been acknowledging Hiroko this whole game. But will she win this whole thing? I'm not sure. As I said, it is Usami, it is Sonya, it is Sato, it is Chiaki, and it is Hiroko. All caught in what we like to call within our final 5, a crisis of fate. Let's do this thing. It's your final 5. Let's see how this plays out. We have a sheep in play and a sheep wrangler, but that sheep is indeed gone. Usami's feeling heroic. Young Mitarai is still a ghost. Do not count him out. Sato is a sheep, doesn't do much. In fact, the one thing she does do is die because Hiroko puts her out of her sheepy misery. Kurumi, also a ghost, misses video of dinner. Sonya steadily bounces in her moon shoes, which means we are down to just 4. It is bouncing, sheep wrangling Sonya. It is Hiroko, who's literally been slaying left and right. Sato's dead, but we have Usami and we have Sonya, Hiroko, Sato, Usami. Right, Usami just became heroic. I was like, and she's possessed. Don't forget that. She's already possessed. Look, first and foremost, terrible turnabout 4. Sato. That was my pick. But I'll tell you what, it's still a crisis of fate. It's still Hiroko. It is still Sonya. It is still Usami. And it is still Sonya. Let's see how this plays out. How will it play out? Allow me to show you. Oh, that might have been a ghost round, you guys. It might have been a ghost round. We'll see what happens. We're down to 3. As Usami and Chiaki's fingertips by accident, they both blush a little bit. Chiaki thanks Usami for being there for her. They're still together. Kurumi plays around with an incorporeal body, and now Mitarai has found the corpse of Kokichi, possesses it. Kokichi is now back in business. So we have a possessed Usami, we have Chiaki, and we have Kokichi. We did lose some folks. To the ghost round, but we have to keep going because young Mitarai was just a ghost. He is still around, so it's not a real terrible turnabout for him. We will click this next round, and we may see it may end. Will it though? Kotoko's back as a ghost. Usami seems to find Chiaki's presence soothing. Chiaki's wearing leather straps, and Kokichi seems his team is a bunch of chumps ready to be milked. Kokichi, they're all dead. What? Next round. Kokichi finds a rocket launcher. Oh my gosh. Stell's back as a zombie. Chiaki opens it up to Harmony body. And Kotoko's playing around their incorporeal body. Usami still can't believe that Chiaki's killed somebody. And this is where things become... Makoto's back again? Again? Did both champions possess Makoto this episode? Kotoko, first of all, kills Chiaki the Gasumine. Kurumi finds Makoto, brings him back to life. Which is smart for Kurumi and for her team. Because that means they don't stay at a standstill again. Stell dangles her rotting limbs around, fiddling with them. Usami has found a table, hoping it goes through it. Makoto stares into the distance, but he stares so long that he's a sitting duck for Kokichi, who fires a rocket at Makoto, who gets absolutely blasted to bits. We are down to your final 2. When we end this thing, it becomes Usami versus Kokichi. And a terrible turnabout for Chiaki, Kurumi, Makoto. It is 2 possessed entities right now. It is Kokichi and Usami. Usami's been around for much longer. Kokichi, who just came back, but you never bet against him, so I have to ask you specifically just who. Will it be Kokichi, Usami? Usami, potentially a future Hall of Famer. She's got a table. She's got weapons, and she's got a ghost inside of her. The only reason that she's here right now, just like her opponent right now, Kokichi. He's got a rocket launcher. He's also possessed, and he took out Makoto, who, well, he's been revived left and right, but admittedly, it could happen again because we have to remember our wild card Kotoko is a ghost. Stell is a zombie. What will unfold? How will this end? Will it be Usami? Will it be Kokichi? Will it be a zombie victor, or will it be another possession? We're about to find out right here, right now, as we click next round at the top, because, you know, we don't want these ghost rounds. We see Kokichi's got medieval armor, and Usami's got the power of persona. What's about to unfold? Kotoko's playing around with her incorporeal body, and Stell is continuing to decompose. It doesn't end. Usami's got a shotgun. Kaito's back as a ghost too, and Stell's dangling those rotten limbs around. Still nothing, as Kokichi wants the blood off his his knight's armor. Usami loses her burst of heroism. Kotoko's playing around with her incorporeal body, and Stell is rotting. And now Kaito misses being out of dinner. Does it all end? It does, because Kokichi stands proudly in his knight's armor, Stell dangling those rotting limbs around. We see Kotoko kills Usami through ghastly means, which means just one man stands on top. Even when he's not in your top 10, you never bet against him. First and foremost, it is a terrible, terrible turnabout for Usami. But that does mean that your winner. That's the wrong music. Your winner, representing Team Monokuma. Admittedly, a team that started the games pretty tragically, have found themselves in a new light and a new determination. Currently locking down second place, could be the ones to steal first. Your winner is Kokichi from Team Monokuma. Man, the points all over the place because we had 3 possessed people finish first, second, third. But it closed some gaps, and surprisingly enough, Team Monosuke did pick up some points. Some. Regardless, here we have Masaru at 5 KOs, Natsumi at 5, Hiroko with 5, we were rooting for Hiroko, Sato with 4, Tsubasa with 3 early on, started off strong, Dorian with 3, Freaking Psycho with 3, Ibuki with 3, Kotoko with 2, Chiaki with 2, Mitarai with 2, Sonya with 2, and everyone else, Dunzo, 1 or none. And first and foremost, bring up that OC bracket. The furthest surviving OC was still Kono. So good on you, Kono. Now, going on to the singles bracket, we actually have Kokichi possessed by, surprisingly enough, Young Mitarai. Ghost victory for Young Mitarai. They share that bracket spot. And now, more importantly, we gotta look at our points. Because of the shenanigans that happened this time, Team Monofini actually earned the most points. And they jumped all the way to 140. Doesn't get them to take second place, but it does jump them all the way to third. And I think they might have been last episode in 5th, so next to last. So that's hype. Good on Team Monofini. But the solid win, because of Kokichi being possessed, does earn 25 points for Team Monokuma, and that brings them up to 165. Low-key puts them within striking distance towards 200, or at least close to it. Speaking of 200, Team Monosuke did earn some sneaky points thanks to Kurumi, just 10 though. They're at 215. No points for Team Monodam, and the biggest story of them all, after being trapped at 50 for what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes, they earned 10 points. Team Monosuke is up to 60. I never thought I'd see the day. Team Monotaro also did earn some points this episode, 135. In fact, every team earned points this episode except for Team Monodam. But Team Monodam's still right there in it, so that's a testament to how strong Team Monodam has been doing up until this point. Just not as strong as Team Monokid, because they are going strong and they're going strong. It seems like forever. That's this episode. Moonshoes kid bouncing anti-gravity shoes, a throwback from the past, and the high jump has been completed. Kokichi, gold medalist, as well as young Mitarai, gold medalist. Congratulations to the both of them. And until next week, where next Friday is the first episode of the Road to AV Mania, which is wild. Which is so wild. It's been like I think technically, kind of, sort of, next week starts like a whole year of the AWE. Maybe not like the exact date, but we're getting there. We're almost at like the year anniversary, and I think that's something special. Maybe Wednesday will do something for him, maybe not. That's up to him. Until next time. United States Aviator taking off. Toon Link Dave, Bravo Dave, and Amelino Cars. Year of the Radiance, Toodaloo, Flight Crew. Thank you for watching.